being able to trust in that, trusting the coaches and everything that they're telling me. Just excited for the future here.
So, from the outside, it looks like the last couple of weeks you've really kind of hit a stride, and you feel like maybe playing your best football since you got here so far.
Yeah, definitely. There was had a little bit of an injury that I was coming back from, and so those first few practices was just kind of knocking the rust off. And these last few weeks, I feel like I feel back to myself, and it's been good to get back out on the field and feel like myself, being confident out there in everything that I do, and feel like I've really taken grasp of the offense even better now. So that's another thing that's helped me a lot, and all this extra film study that I'm doing starting to pay off a little bit with results out on the field, and I just got to keep doing that, keep working, and keep acting like every day is a new challenge, and got to attack it head on.
You've seen from the last few weeks, and even from your tape last season, like you're not afraid to run the ball, you're not afraid to take a hit if you need to.
Yes, sir.
Has that always been part of your game and your personality, or how's that kind of developed?
I think one of the toughest things you can do as a quarterback is kind of standing there, take a hit, and still deliver a strike. So, just kind of being the competitor I am, I'm willing to do that, willing to take a hit for my team, and just do everything in my power to make sure that we're scoring points and winning games.
Can I ask you, just how much of a difference was it coming from an offense like you had at San Diego State to here, and what were just some of the major challenges that you had to work through, going from one offense to the next?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were a tempo team last year, so being able to go from that to now huddling, I feel like that was kind of the biggest thing was, getting back in a huddle and being able to communicate plays that way instead of using signals and everything. But our offense here, I mean, we still have tempo. We still have all these different, ways that we want to attack the defense and be so multiple in everything that we do. So I'm very excited for, the future here, obviously, and just kind of what we can build offensively here. I think it's going to be, beneficial for the program, and I feel like this offense fits Wisconsin and our identity perfectly.
Can you talk about, was there any difficulty, like the quarterback, it's like it's a position of leadership, it's kind of looked to as like, it's a position of leadership. Can you talk about the difficulties of kind of stepping in as a new guy and having to, lead and kind of give orders in a way?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing, it comes with connections first. You got to make connections with your teammates off the field, which, I kind of, throughout winter, I really prided myself on getting to know my teammates and hanging out with them outside of the facility. So that when we did have to put pads on and the time came to kind of step up as a leader out on the field, that it kind of became more seamless, and everything about this program is it's a chip on your shoulder, it's hard work, and I feel like I exemplify that, and I feel like I'm a good leader for that. So I feel like there's plenty of guys on the team that you can say the same thing about, and really the culture here has been great, being able to be around guys that are hardworking and perfectionists and want to be perfect on every single play. So really it's been pretty easy, to be honest, to be able to step up and kind of be a leader when I'm out on the field, and also just to kind of have guys kind of look to me as another coach out on the field and ask me questions, watch extra film with me, stuff like that. So it's been a fun time getting to know my teammates, and I just feel like the more connected we can be, the better we're going to be.
I've already seen, I thought I saw some spring break photos on Instagram. Seems like you've worked to, get to know some of maybe some of the offensive linemen. Did you go on spring break with some of them? And how has it been kind of being that new guy, but not just being part of the offense, but just like trying to immerse yourself within the culture?
Yeah, I think there's like this stigma that, like the quarterbacks are kind of reserved and kind of do their own thing. But the way I see it is like we're just another guy on the team. So the more that I can be around the guys, I feel like the better. And yeah, one of my roommates, or me and a few of my roommates went down to Florida together, and we had some time together on spring break. And obviously we, I'll go to dinner with some of the receivers too after we have like a throwing session or things of that nature. So being able to, come out here and just, have fun with the guys, really, that's what it's all about.
You probably could have transferred to most schools and gone, guaranteed playing time, but you decided to come here. What did they sell you on if it wasn't guaranteed playing time?
Really, it was just the future. Everything about this place is that we're building, we're climbing the mountain, and The reason I really wanted to come here was really the history. We were the best in the West for a long time, and now it's we got this year. It's going to be a challenge. We have a tough schedule, but every year in the Big Ten we're going to have a tough schedule. It's going to be a dogfight all throughout the fall. So just being able to come here, really take some time to learn the offense, and just really be ready for whenever my number gets called and to go out there and execute. And I feel like with the people we have and the coaching staff that's around us, I feel like we're building towards that. We're going to be very successful in the future. Back to winning championships, back to being in playoff contention, things like that. So just the future is very bright here, and I believe in it. I believe in Coach Vick's vision for the program, and I think we're on the right direction.
I say, as you're getting towards the last 2 practices, you're in the home stretch before a break in summer conditioning and starts back up quickly. But for you, just what do you think you've excelled at so far in the spring? But what are the things that you're hoping to clean up as you head into these final 2 practices, as you're head into the summer?
I think my leadership obviously can always be improved. There's definitely things offensively, like just technique-wise, that I want to clean up. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job of knowing why coach is calling a certain play, and kind of feeling the reason for when he calls a shot, when he is calling a run, like what checks he's giving me, what I can do at the line. So all those sorts of things, being able to just get the offense in the right play. I feel like I've done a good job at that, and really just being able to keep developing my body, getting more weight, getting faster, getting bigger and stronger by the time the season rolls around.
I would say, with seeing someone, your second year player, but seeing someone like Eugene, you've thrown him a few balls, it looks like, during the spring. Just how have you seen a kid like that there, should still be probably going to prom? I know that the whole adage of going to prom still as a senior, but just how have you seen him come in first few months in the program and be able to make the catches that he's made and be noticeable as a first year freshman?
Yeah, I mean, he acts like a pro. Like he has the DNA. And I've known Eugene for a long time. We played against each other in high school 2 or 3 times. So I think I'm 2-0, but that's for another day. But yeah, being able to see the way that he comes in and attacks every single day it's been awesome to see, and I'm really excited for the future of being able to throw a lot of touchdowns to him in the future.
And then I guess too, just you see guys like Carter and Milos. How are you seeing the guys that have been below you learn, especially Carter, who's coming in for maybe the first time he's ever gone under center?
Yeah, definitely.
For me, as a former JV quarterback 25 years ago, it seems like it's so strange to hear. But
yeah.
But how have you seen him and guys like Milos also work through and go through this change within this offense?
There's a lot of new faces in the quarterback room, a new coach, got 3 new players. But the way that we all go about our business and the way that we attack every single day, it's been awesome. We all push each other. We're all each other's biggest fans, and being able to see the way that they still go about their business every single day has been awesome to see. And they've made a lot of growth through these first however many practices it's been. But yeah, it's been a good time being able to pick Billy's brain about certain things. Me and him have been able to talk a lot about what we see and kind of some past experiences that we've had. And obviously, Carter and Milos haven't had the playing time that me and Billy share, but those guys have still played a lot of football, and they're really good athletes, so they kind of do certain things a little bit different, or maybe the play calling's a little bit different when they're in the game opposed to me and Billy. But it's been great to see them just attack every single day and be ready for when their number does get called.
And then